So after many years of being with my current ISA provider, I have decided to actually switch providers completely. So this video will be a step-by-step beginner's guide in how to transfer your stocks and shares ISA from one provider to Investengine. Investengine is the platform that I want to switch over to, as they offer a huge selection of zero commission ETFs. They have a free stocks and shares ISA, and if you would like to sign up, use the link in the description down below and you will receive a bonus when you sign up and top up £100. So I've been with Freetrade for over 2 years now, and I had my stocks and shares ISA from the tax year beginning in 2021 and 2022. My current year's tax ISA as of 2023 to 2024 is with Trading 212, and I wanted to switch all my funds from my Freetrade account straight into my Investengine account. So here is my Freetrade stocks and shares ISA, and as you can see, this is my balance here, so around £53,800. So currently I only have 2 holdings, which is in the S&P 500 by iShares and also the FTSE 250 by Vanguard. These 2 ETFs happen to also be ETFs that Investengine is actually offering. And on top of that, I chose Investengine because they allow an in-specie transfer. So if you don't know, an in-specie transfer is basically copying your ISA from a different provider, for example Freetrade, over to Investengine, and if those funds overlap, then what they can do is, instead of selling everything as cash and transferring over, the idea is that they will be able to take exactly the amount of shares you have in these ETFs and transfer them all over to Investengine account quite seamlessly. So as you can see, as of last week, I did have a few individual stocks. Because Investengine doesn't actually provide individual stocks, I had to sell these and then just have them as cash. So if I go into my account, you can also see that I have £253 in cash, but the other holdings that I do have, which are in those ETFs, should be able to just be transferred straight over to Investengine. I was looking at other providers to switch my ISA to, as I did want to leave the Freetrade platform because of its high fees. Initially I was thinking about Trading 212, however the thing that did actually stop me from going to Trading 212, transferring my ISA to there, was the fact that they don't actually offer in-specie transfer. So they do offer a free stocks and shares ISA transfer, however that does have to be settled in cash. Essentially what's going to happen is they're going to sell off these holdings. Currently it wouldn't be the worst time to sell off these holdings, as I am in a profit overall. However, because the process takes around 1 month, you never know where the market is going to be headed in that 1 month, and potentially with a portfolio size of around £53,000, I could be missing out on thousands of pounds of capital appreciation and even dividends when this transfer actually takes place. For example, with the FTSE 250, the ex-dividend date is coming up on the 15th of December. So if they sell it before that, I won't be entitled to those dividends, and the share price will drop as a result of those dividends paying out, meaning that during this transfer, if it wasn't exactly in ETFs and shares, I would be missing out on potentially quite a bit of money. So it's very important to know that as of right now, you can only deposit into 1 stocks and shares ISA per tax year. That is going to change from April 2024. But as it stands, this ISA is not my current ISA that I am depositing into. These are the ISAs from tax years starting 21 and 22. So first what you want to do is to actually open your Investengine account. And I would usually do this on the desktop, as I always do important things on the desktop, but I do realize that a lot of people still use mobile apps. So what you first want to do is to open an ISA. And as you can see from here, I've already opened my ISA and I've actually already done the transfer process, but I'm going to go through it again as if I was going to do it again, just because I already know all the steps. So like I've mentioned, my current year's ISA is with Trading 212, and I've completely maxed out that, so I don't have any remaining allowance. Despite what others say, you can open unlimited amounts of stocks and shares ISA per year even now. However, you can only deposit into 1. So even if I deposited £1 into my Trading 212 account, that becomes my active ISA for last year. But of course, if you're watching this after April 2024, that has changed and you can open as many stocks and shares ISAs as you like. So what I've done is open an ISA, but be very careful that you don't actually deposit anything into that ISA unless you want that to be your ISA until the next tax year. So once you've opened the ISA, you can see you have an ISA with £0 in it. Another reminder to not add cash at this moment. So what you want to do is to press this button here, which says transfer an ISA. All you do is press that, and what you have to do is to complete this online form. Now, I put off transferring my ISA for a long time now, as I thought the process was very long, as in filling out the form and going back and forth between the providers, but actually Investengine makes it incredibly easy to do this. So now I'm going to press complete online form. You can double check all your details and your national insurance number. For obvious reason, I've blanked them out. So it says here destination of ISA transfer, and if you click into it, there are a few options. Now here, because you're creating a new ISA, you can actually just go for a new create create DIY portfolio and just press that. I left it at that, so once the funds do come in from my Freetrade account, they should just come up as a new DIY portfolio. Things like that you can change later on, so I wouldn't worry too much about it at this point in time. So as you can see here, it does say any assets transferred in specie will be added to the selected portfolio. Cash from ISA transfers will always be added to the account cash. So as you saw with my previous ISA, I do have most of it in ETFs, but I have 200 odd pounds in cash. So that will be transferred to the available account cash. So the next thing you do is you choose your existing ISA provider. Most of the big UK brands will be here. So for example, if I go into it and I type in trading 212, you can see that they do offer trading 212. However, for my case, it was Freetrade. So I just type in Freetrade, and as you can see, it comes up straight away, Freetrade Limited. So the next thing you need to do is to get your ISA account or reference number, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that on the Freetrade app. So going back into my Freetrade account, this part is very easy. You don't actually have to directly contact Freetrade. So all you do, next to the bell icon, there is a face icon. You just press that and then scroll all the way down and you will see a box called Contact Us. Click that and then you'll go into the messaging app here. So now, even though it is a Saturday and none of the advisors are online, it should be able to give you your ISA number anyway. So all you do is press a transfer here. Now, what you want to do next is to press transfer out here. So it does say here that this kind of transfer is not for a general investment account to an ISA transfer or an ISA transfer to a general investment account transfer. So if you go through this, you will be transferring out your stocks and shares ISA. Then you pressed existing transfer. So as you can see, they do say that it takes around 2 to 4 weeks for the cash to be transferred and around 6 weeks for the stocks and ETFs to be transferred. So this transferring process is not a quick one. Even though it can be quite simple on your end, it does take some time. So do bear in mind when you want to transfer. So within that 6 weekish period, you could be losing out on a bit of money if you don't get everything sorted beforehand. So next, all you do is press reference number here, and there you go. So they've actually given my ISA reference number here. It starts with an FTVR, and all I do now is copy this into the Investengine form we were looking at before. So next things are the details behind the ISA to be transferred. So as you know, my transfer is not for the current tax year, so I will press no here. And am I transferring the previous year's ISA? Yes, I am. I want to transfer all of my previous year's ISA. You can do part of your previous year's ISA. I wouldn't really recommend this. I would just say if you want to transfer your ISA, just do the whole thing. I guess if I wanted, I could do part of that ISA transfer, as I had more than 1 year of stocks and shares ISA with Freetrade. But anyway, I'm going to go to transfer all my previous year's ISA, and then what I have to do is to input the approximate value of the previous year's ISA to be transferred. So for me, for example, that's 53,800, and then I press submit. Now, because I have already done this, I'm not going to do this again, as it will really confuse everyone in this transferring process. And then after that, you go back into your Investengine account. You can see that you have your ISA, so your current tax year's ISA, which I can't deposit into at the moment. And then I also have this one called DIY self-managed, and you can see here it says ISA transfer in progress. Now if I click onto that, you can see it actually shows you my ISA transfer as it's going on. And as you can see, it says here, the seeding party informed us of a delay in processing any transfer. Our team is resolving any potential issues. An email will notify you if any further action is required. Now Freetrade have since then been in contact with me. As you can see, it says, hi Jubair, we've received your request to transfer to Investengine. We're sorry to hear that you are looking to transfer away from Freetrade. They were quite nice about this, and they were asking me if I didn't mind my reasons why I left. I made a video on this and I have replied to them, and it's essentially going through what I said in that video. But anyway, what they did say is that they're waiting for some of my trades that I made just before transferring to settle. This will just take a couple of days to settle, and that is the stocks that I showed you that I sold in Disney and a few other companies that were in individual stocks that can't be transferred directly to Investengine. And this coincides with the fact that the seeding party, which was Freetrade, have been in direct contact with Investengine too, so they know about this delay in processing, which won't take long, and I'm not too worried about that. But as you can see, once the transfer is complete, Investengine will notify me. My balance should hopefully be reflected in my portfolio balance, and hopefully the cash that has been sent over comes into here and everything is all well and good. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I will see you in the next video.